friend of mine called me and said there was going to be a meeting. And he told me it was going to be about crypto. And I said, count me out. I did not want to do crypto. I lost money in crypto a couple years ago. And I knew that was not something I wanted to continue to do, is lose money. But he said, go check it out, go meet Thomas and some of the other guys were in town. Carl was here, Greg Knox. I said, all right, I'll go meet him. But I was front row, I was having, my arms folded, not really interested. But what I realized pretty quickly on is that this was different than just about everything else that I've ever seen, because those other crypto programs, first of all, they were overseas. You almost had to get like a VPN and do all kinds of shenanigans just to get signed up, because you couldn't participate if you were in America. But this was different. This is based in America, run by Americans out of McKinney, Texas. That part was different. A lot of the red flags that I saw in the other programs were not in this one. So about 3 days later, I was on board. And that was about 6 months ago, so now I'm doing Texit full time. I was able to actually pay for my last trip. I didn't go to Thailand, but I did go on vacation for the past 2 months. 2 weeks. I could go, but I only went for 2 weeks. I went to Texas and I went to North Carolina, but it was all paid for from my earnings from Texit. So this is a great program. Get your questions answered, and then get a minor or 2 or 3 or 9, and join us on this ride. We do a live stream call every Tuesday evening. We're going to start that back up next Tuesday. So stay tuned for that.
Thanks, Catherine. Give us a few words. Yeah.
You.
Sure. Well, I wasn't sure I was not Catherine.
I want to make sure you knew your name.
I am getting old now. My name is Mark Ryan. I want to first of all thank people who were minors who trusted me to do this and to sign up, and their guests. So there's a good number of guests here tonight, so thank you so much. And I'm eternally grateful to you. I'll tell you a little bit about my story. Sarah asked me yesterday if I would speak. I was kind of like, okay, sure. Whatever she asked me to do, I will do because I'm indebted to her. But next month will be 2 years that I came home, found my wife on the floor. She had 3 big brain bleeds and massive stroke. Slim to none chance of making it. But she did. Thank God. We had a lot of faith and a lot of trust that things would work out. She's home now. She's paralyzed, but her mind is sharp, sharper than mine. Actually, she knows who she is, and I don't. But the point being, that changes your life enormously. You don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. But we've never lost faith. We knew we were surrounded by family, good friends. And then Sarah comes in, and I've known Sarah probably about 2018 or 18 or something for a while. And she started pinging me, much like her story, pinging me, you got to check this thing out. And I'm like, yeah, no. But finally I decided on June 9th, I'll remember that because that's one of my brother's birthdays. I said, okay. So I joined. I did absolutely nothing for about a month. And I wanted to study before I even talked to anybody about this. I want to make sure that this thing is legit. So I watched the YouTube videos, went through the training, and if you decide to do it, go to all the calls because it makes you think about this thing all the time. So I always try to get to the calls. But I didn't start talking to anybody about it until July 6th. Okay, so that's what, July, August, September, 3.5 months. And I don't know if this is appropriate enough, but I'm going to share what I've been able to do. So I wrote down yesterday what I've made so far since July 6th. First week was $1,000, then it was 1,000, then it was 2,000, then it was 2,000, 3,000, 3,000, that's the max out. 2,000, 2,000, 3, and 3,000 the last couple of weeks. Now, I have medical bills that go here to the end of the bank, you know? I've got a great health plan, but my testimony is the amount of stress that went away when I know I can start paying these bills. And, you know, it's conceivable I'll never catch up on this stuff, but thank God for Texit, it's helping me to get there. Did you say Corey was here?
No.
Oh, I was gonna give him a hug. Okay, on that system, I don't know who this guy is, but I'm sure that's who you're referring to. He brings in all these people, and I've never met him. So I hope that if you decide to do this, you will be blessed with friends like I have with Sarah and a Corey, who just fills up that pipeline. I only really have one leg I gotta work on because this guy brings in 30 people a week. This is Wednesday of this week. I got 42 on my left side and 12 on my right, and it's Wednesday. Okay, so it's a good, it's the real deal. One last thing, I spent 25 years on Wall Street, and I thought I tried to poke holes in this thing, like you wouldn't believe. Couldn't find any. So again, thank you so much. I'm done.
That is a perfect example of you never give up. When somebody says no to you, because he actually told me no about 2-3 weeks into me ripping on him, and he says no, and the one video I sent him, I'll never forget this, I sent him the video, Texit coin versus Bitcoin. He texts me, he goes, that is really interesting. And so the next thing, and I had no idea what his situation was. And he's a perfect example of timing. You know, there are people in here that I dripped on for a while. But I don't give up until somebody says, absolutely go pick the roses. You know, and then I might even send one. But, you know, timing is everything. So don't give up on people. Don't, you know, it's like, don't take no for an answer, because usually it's no, not now. And so what I want to do right now is, I have a special couple here that I'm so excited about. I met these people in Vegas, and I had the opportunity to spend quite a bit of time with Jennifer. Oh my God, there goes that Thailand thing. With Jennifer in Thailand, and she is such a delight. And I want her to come up and talk about her experience, because she was the first. We have what they call Texit Rangers, and they are the people that help you build your business. And we have about 40 of them in the company right now, or in the community, and that is a real privilege to be. She was the first woman Texit Ranger, and there's only 5 of us right now. So come on, house. We need some more women. However, she is a delight. She knows so much about this business. She's so helpful to people. And I'm going to turn her on to her husband when she gets done, because he is going to be the numbers guy. And Jason knows this program inside and out, and he will be willing to answer your questions. But what I want to do is, once Jennifer is finished, I want to give you permission if you need to leave, or if you want to sign up, we will get you to do that now, or have questions. But Jason's going to take a lot of questions, and he's also going to talk numbers to those of you that are the number of people. Just don't ask me. Okay. So anyway, Jennifer, come on up. I just love this woman. Thank you. Oh my God, I just love this woman. You guys will too. Thank you both.
Thank you. Oh my goodness, what a great group y'all have here. Yeah, so I met Sarah in Las Vegas, and then we got to spend a lot of time together in Thailand, and it was really awesome. So our Texit Coin story started back in November. So I was a corporate recruiter for Brahms Ice Cream and Dairy it is. And he said, oh, dude, you're still alive. And we thought, I'm not that old. But he hadn't been without money in like 10 years. And so Bobby Gray was getting ready to send out one of his old articles about the property with money to his mining community. And you tell him how that happened.
Okay, so, yes, Bobby, was, gonna send out one of my old articles from 2008. And my article was on the nature of properties and the fundamental properties of silver and money. And it was an article about why silver is money, and the reason why silver has been historically money for most of human history. In fact, silver is the workhorse money. You know, gold is really money for kings. Silver does all the work for all the daily transactions. It has unique properties. It's a medium of exchange, store of value, unit of account, and has certain properties that give rise to those three aspects of money, which make silver money. In fact, when I wrote that article, I was kind of poo-pooing digital money because it had to have these monetary properties. But digital money has a lot of the same properties. It said my article on the properties of silver made him realize that digital money and Bitcoin have many of these similar properties. For example, you know, diamonds are not money, even though they're valuable and portable, because they have to be individually assayed, and so it slows down the process of money. But so money has to be also fungible. But fungibility alone does not give rise to the property of money, because all oil is similar enough life to work in cars, but it's too heavy. So oil doesn't function very well as money. Like if you wanted to store $10,000, you're gonna buy what? 100 barrels of oil on your lawn. It just doesn't function as money. You can't go and buy a Rolex watch with a bunch of water. Water is also fungible, but it's too heavy to function as money. So it's the combination of the properties of money that really give rise. And so he was very fascinated by that, and he said, if only we could get Jason on board this project,
Right.
he could explain this so
Right.
well.
So they kind of reconnected, and he said, you know, what are y'all doing now? And he said, well, we have this health group, and we help people get healthy. We said, where do you live? And he said, we live in Dallas. Oh my gosh, I live in Dallas. And he said, what are you doing tomorrow night? And so what happened was he invited us to the Libertarian Watch Party, where Texit was the sponsor of the event. And he said, come, I kind of started this crypto project. You know, I'm not really calling you about that. I wanted to send your article about my miners who are currently mining, and I just want to pick your brain. So Jason was like, sure, can I bring my wife? And he said, yes. So he was not excited.
I was more excited about date night than I was as crypto. I was not a crypto guy.
No.
I thought crypto was kind of a scam.
So we were silver stackers, never crypto. I still carry silver in my pocket every day. This is the G. Edward Griffin coin, if any of y'all know, preacher from Jekyll Island. But anyway, so we were excited. So I come home and he's like, okay, so we're going on a date night. There's, you know, Bobby called me out of the blue, and he's got this crypto project. So he's a gold and silver guy who knows all about physical gold and silver. He started this crypto project in Texas, and it's called Texit Coin. And I was like, we're doing it. We're signing up. I don't know how much it costs us. You know, we missed it before.
Well, my perspective was, we can afford to lose $1,000. No problem. Let's do it.
And so I got on my phone right then and started signing up. You know, there wasn't even any way to pay. I was like, I don't even know how to pay, but we'll figure this out. You know. And so we went to the event the very next night. Bobby brought my cold storage coin, and you know, we got it in person and all the rest. And then we started hearing about the Texit Coin project and what his vision was, what his goals were. You know, he really understands currency and alternative currencies. And after that meeting with Bobby, Jason, the next day, he was like, oh, I know we said we were just going to do one mine, $1,000, but he said, we have to go all in. He said, I've done so many gold and silver projects over the years, and I've never seen anything like this. And so we actually took gold and silver out of our safe, and we traded gold and silver for a crypto project, which was like totally unheard of for us, because people at your house were never crypto for years and years. So that's kind of our backstory and how we got into Texit Coin. And you know, as they say, the rest is history, but we had never done network marketing. Like, we were not network marketers. We just loved people, and we believed in the project, and we believed in honest money. And we could see Bobby's vision for this project. So
We made something like 50 times our money. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
It's
it's
done very, very well. And like this gentleman here who spoke, I identified what he said. You looked at this project, every which way you get, you have all this experience on Wall Street. I had all this experience with the Silver Stock Report, and Bobby read that, and I was analyzing mining stocks, and I looked at this project backwards and forwards. There's no real flaw. It's the best, well-run project I've ever seen, better than any mining stock, better than any deal, better than any investment project I've ever seen. It just is mind-blowing. Like, if you guys, you gotta realize the opportunity, what we have here. You have the opportunity to buy into a multi-billion-dollar thing while it's still small. That just doesn't happen very
And
often.
of course, we can't call it an investment, so it's an
And it's not a
opportunity.
multi-billion-dollar deal
Right,
now, but it's an
right,
opportunity. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, we just started sharing with one person and then another person. We shared in our group online, our health group. And just little by little, people would join us. And then some people would really catch the vision and say, I've got to share this with a whole bunch of people. And so after we had been mining for about 6 months, we decided that we would get another position. So each person is allowed to do a builder pack, which comes with 3 positions on the tree, or you can buy one, 100 hash power gets you 1 spot. And so, after about 6 months, we decided to do another position, and so together we have.
You wanna say we're commissions for last week?
No, I'm not gonna
Okay.
share, but
It
it
was a lot.
gets really fun, so as your team grows and as more people catch the vision and see where the project is going, and there's, time is the arbiter of everything. So as you can see the history and the time and as it goes, and then more people see what the potential is, and it's just truly mind blowing what the opportunities are. But so we joined Texit in November, and by February, I was able to leave my full-time corporate job at Brahms and help with Texit full-time. And so we just help our team, we go to events, we are on the call, on the phone all day long. But yeah, it's been great.
I've written about 15 articles on Texit. They're all on my website, revealingfraud.com, because I hate fraud, I hate lies, and I absolutely love this project. I love the honest money, I love the transparency that was talked about, and I like to try to answer the hard questions. I'm kind of a debater, right? So when guys challenge me and say, well, isn't it like a Ponzi? It's not like a Ponzi because you get these hard questions, you have to be able to answer them. It's not like a Ponzi because Bobby has no liability. He owes neither the principal nor the interest, because there's no interest, there's no usury with this whole project. It's very interesting. The computers are producing the coins. That's our game. And the coins are something, it's a good, it's more like a commodity, like silver and gold directly. And so he has no liability, and so therefore he can't go bust like Ponzi's go bust. Ponzi's are games of fraud. This is not a game of fraud. It's producing something real. It's fantastic. And the growth is real.
Yeah.
He understands the growth is based on network effect. It's based on the principles of honest money. It's really fantastic. It's the exact opposite of a Ponzi.
Your website again?